All right, welcome to lesson 2 of the App Store Marketing Specialist Certification course. In this lesson, you're going to learn how to select App Store keywords and where to implement them in your app. Even though this is a pretty simple process, it's pretty easy to take some things for granted, and some people use keyword metrics incorrectly, so we want to make sure that you're not making those mistakes. Okay, so we're going to go into more detail in a little bit, but first of all, I want you to know the 3-step process for choosing a keyword. The first thing you're going to look for is download relevance. Is this a keyword that somebody would search for to download an app like yours? This is the most important factor when choosing a keyword. After download relevance, the second most important thing is the competition. Will your app be able to rank for that keyword? And we provide you a chance score to show you your percentage chance of ranking in the top 10 for that keyword. Then finally, you will look at search volume or the search score, and this shows you how many people are searching for that keyword. Unfortunately, the most common mistake that app publishers make is that they look for keywords based on volume first. So they reverse this selection criteria and they do number 3 first, which is wrong, because download relevance is the most important factor when choosing keywords. So I made this slide red, so hopefully you remember this. Don't choose keywords based on search volume alone. All right, so let's get into download relevance. For example, let's say that you have a photo editing app. Some download relevant keywords would be edit photos, image filters if your app contains filters, and picture effects if you have effects in your app. Some keywords that would not be download relevant are something like photo app or photography or photographer, because those are way too generic. For example, does your photo app have filters or does it take good night photos? And a search for just photo app wouldn't be specific enough to find the right app, so you need to find really specific keywords. That brings us to long tail and short tail keywords. This is a very important concept in keyword selection. So if you're familiar with SEO, you probably know about this, but if you're not, then here's how it works. Short tail keywords are generally shorter words, and they're called short tail keywords because they're on the shorter end of the graph. They're the most common keywords, they get the most searches, and I'll show you how this works in a minute. But the flip side are long tail keywords. For example, if you had a travel app, some generic short tail keywords would be travel, trip, or vacation, right? But if you have a travel app that fills a specific need, for example, a packing list, a diary, or an app to help you find travel buddies, then keywords like travel packing list, travel diary, or travel buddies would be good keywords. So let's go into our dashboard and see how this works. All right, now I'm in the keyword research module inside of Mobile Action. So we're going to look up some related keywords to get some ideas on how we can find long tail keywords. So I'm going to put in the short tail keyword travel because I have an example travel app. And as you can see, the search score is 51. What does that mean? Our search score is on a scale of 0 to 100, with 100 being the most searched for keywords. Once you start to hit about 40 or 50, it gets really competitive. So it's going to be really hard to rank for those keywords unless you have a lot of downloads, a lot of reviews. We're looking for keywords that are searched for less, but we have a better chance of ranking for. So in this case, travel has a search score of 51, and for this example app, there's a 31% chance of ranking for that keyword. However, when you go down to the longer tail keywords, such as travel buddies, travel itinerary, or travel journal, as you can see, there are much fewer searches shown by search scores of 11, 22, and 22, but the chances of ranking are also much better. So if we wanted to rank for travel buddies, this app has a 98% chance of ranking in the top 10 for travel buddies. So as you can see, going for these long tail keywords is a much faster way of getting ranked in the top 10. All right, so I probably know your next question. How are you going to get a ton of downloads if you're only ranking for very low traffic keywords? And I get it. I totally understand where you're coming from. But think of it this way. Let's say that you're targeting a keyword that gets a ton of searches every month, but you rank number 700 for that keyword. Is anybody going to find you? No. But if you're targeting a keyword that gets a few searches every month, but you're ranking number 1 for that keyword, you're going to at least get a few downloads every month. And that's the key. You have to think of this as stairs. You're going to start at the bottom, build a base of downloads. Once you build that base, now you can start targeting keywords that have higher competition and more traffic. Like I mentioned before, a lot of app publishers target keywords that have a lot of traffic, but their app simply can't rank for that keyword right now. And that's why they get frustrated with the App Store optimization process. But if you start small, build a base, and step things up gradually, you will start to see progress. Okay, so where can you get great keyword ideas to test? I'll show you exactly how to get keywords from these resources, but let's go over them real quick so you know what they are. First of all, you can research competing apps. You can get their keyword list and see if any of those keywords would fit your app. You could also use keyword suggestions like we did with the travel app. You can use App Store autocomplete suggestions, and you can look at App Store reviews. Also remember that one of the most important things in the keyword research process is to keep a spreadsheet of your keyword ideas. This is so that you can keep track of which keywords you have researched, which keywords you've used, and which keywords you want to test next. Alright, now let's take a look at some of the ways you can actually do these things. The first thing you can do is use the keyword suggestion module inside of Mobile Action and find the keywords of competitors. If you have tracked some competitors inside of your dashboard, then we will automatically pull in those keywords and suggest the best ones for your app. For example, if we're examining Clash of Clans, if that was our app, then these are some of the keywords that this app ranks for. On the other side of the screen are some of the keywords that its competitors rank for, and you can start to research these keywords and figure out if they would work for your app. To get the metrics for any of these keywords, simply click on the plus button on the right side of the screen, and we will pull the metrics for this keyword. Another way that you can find the top keywords for any app is to use our Keyword Intelligence module. In this module, we estimate the percentage of downloads that can be attributed to each keyword. So this will give you a good idea of which are the best keywords for that app. And that's a better use of your time because you can start with the best keywords first instead of having to test all of the keywords. However, if you do want to get all of the keywords for an app, our Keyword Investigator module can also help you with that. So in the search bar here, just type in a app that you want to research, and you can look at all those keywords. And this can help because you can use any one of these keywords as a seed keyword to get more keyword suggestions. So this can be helpful also. Now you can make your own spreadsheet to keep track of your keywords, but if you want one that's already done for you, there's a download button below this video inside of Mobile Action Academy, and you can simply download that spreadsheet and start using it right away. Okay, now let's get into where to add your keywords. There are very important places to put your keywords in both Google Play and the Apple App Store. So let's address that for a minute. First of all, in both stores, the app title is going to be the most important place to put your best keywords. This is because they give more weight to the keywords that are in the app title. The downside, of course, is that you only have a limited number of characters in the app title, so you have to make them count. So the keywords that you put in your app title are going to be the most relevant and hardest to rank for keywords. After the app title, each store has a place where you're going to put the rest of your keywords. In the Google Play Store, that's the app description. And the app description works a lot like web SEO. And we'll get into the app description in a later lesson in this course. But for now, just keep in mind that you want to make sure that your other keywords appear in the app description, that it's readable, it's not just keyword stuffed. It sounds natural if a human reads it. On the Apple App Store, things are much more straightforward. They have an iTunes Connect keyword field that only has 100 characters. Keep in mind that this is 100 characters for any language. So some Asian languages where one character can mean several different things can be an advantage. So remember to use as many of these 100 characters as possible because the more keywords you can fit in there, the better your chances of getting downloads. Alright, so that's about it. That's everything you need to know about App Store keywords. Now let's take a look at what you learned in this lesson. You learned how to select keywords, taking into account download relevance first, and then competition, and then search volume. You also learned where to add your keywords. The title is the most important place on both app stores. However, the Apple App Store uses the keyword field for keywords, while Google Play uses the app description. Alright, so in the next lesson, you're going to learn about app icons and why they're really important to App Store optimization. They're actually the second most important thing after your keywords. And it may seem like there isn't too much to app icons, but let me assure you, there are things that you need to know. So see you in the next lesson.